How to let people shine without hogging the spotlight? Well, as the game master, if you talk too much, you get accused of railroading. When a player distracts too much from the story, that's when things need to turn around. It is important to give agency to players, but when they go off the rails too much, it is the game master's job to get everyone back on track. It is amazing to see the crazy moments and epic stories people create, but there's something extra special about making it together. That's what this whole game is about, the memories we make together. It is important to have a backstory for everyone to learn a little bit about that character, what they're like and where they're from, but there can be too much of a good thing. When a character's story is basically a short novel detailing so many things that they have already done that it trumps the entire campaign, it might be time to consider to simply retire. Typically, a campaign is the start of a story. It details the escapades of a group of individuals and adventures they have together. This is why it's important to start with very basic or plain characters and see how they grow and develop. If a player already has pre-designed intentions, not only will nothing else satisfy them during the game, and they'll completely miss out on opportunities, but they stifle the entire game. They truly don't belong as they are trying to take part in a completely different story that is separate from the one currently happening. This ends up pushing the rest of the campaign and players aside, forcing their own agenda and running their own game. These are the kind of people that should really, truly try running a game, seeing as they are so good at making stories. At the same time, there are some game masters and players that simply don't have a story or direction, completely lacking vision. This leads to even less progress, as there was hardly anything to start with. All in all, it's important to work together so that everyone gets to participate, since it should never really rely on one single person to do everything. But what about the game masters, or players that don't know how to talk, or end up talking too much? The answer is to simply match their energy until they can manage themselves to complement the entire group. It's important to involve everyone, which is why it's okay to let some people have a chance to go while also having everyone else on the bench. The best way to learn about each other and learn how best to coordinate the group dynamic is simply by talking with each other. Even if people aren't comfortable with roleplay, simply working through things until you have enough experience together will help everyone learn something. This game boils down to the simple aspect of the players asking if they can do something and the game master describing what happens, and if there's dice rolling involved. Ask questions, try things, and have fun. People should be allowed to go off and enjoy moments as they arise, just as long as they're not stepping on any toes. Everyone has different levels of intensity, so find your space amongst all